Today, what we want to do is we want to talk about AI, artificial intelligence. The question is artificial intelligence taking over?
I was with the missus and we ordered some food and the food come on by a robot, bruv. I was sitting there, I was like, what the hell?
But how could a robot give me a better tune than Bob Marley? Art is another thing that should come from the mind and the soul and the spirit and all that kind of stuff. Like people say, oh, he's a rhyming dictionary rapper, you can tell. So it's on your ear, it sounds like, right, man's got mad vocab, you know. But I want to steer clear of him because some guy went mad at me, man. Shout out to the guy that went mad at me, man.
Well, this is what I thought, but apparently, no.
SaSaSaS show. Best of the best of the best with the very fresh flow.
Yo, this is SaSaSaS in the house. Cheers. Life and laughter. And you know what? Today, well, before we talk about what we're going to talk about, we need you to subscribe. We need you to share. We need you to hit that bell. Do all of those things. Go and grab your mate's phone, and we want you to go and click the follow on there, on whatever they listen to their podcast, whether it's Apple, Spotify, Amazon, whatever. Wherever they listen to their spot, or on YouTube. Don't forget, hit that button, reshare it. You know, you can create a post and share it to all your followers. Go and do that. So today, what we want to do is we want to talk about AI, artificial intelligence.
It's a big subject, man.
It is a big subject.
Big one.
It's still like, it's been going on for a while, but it's still relatively new. You know, I'm still finding out loads about it at the moment. And what I wanted to, the question is artificial intelligence taking over?
Well, I'd have to ask you because you was the one who said to me the other day about this app you're using, man. Do you want to explain what the app does and kind of how you're using it?
So there's a guy I follow called Gary V, which we discussed in another earlier pod. And what it is he, whenever he puts me onto something, I have to listen, because that guy, he mentioned TikTok before it blew up. He mentioned like loads of things. You'd have to listen to that pod. But he said this Chat GPT, that's what it's called, Chat GPT. It's an artificial intelligence thing, right? So what I thought, you know, let me go and check it out. So you sign in, it's free at the moment, so that's good. Whether it'll be free forever, I don't know, but that's why I'm jumping on it now. I thought, right, let me get in there and do it now. So you can ask it anything. Now, the database only goes up at the moment, as we speak, up to 2021. So like, I actually asked it a question the other day, was what was the biggest trending song in 2022? And it replied saying, our data only goes to 2021.
Right, okay. Yeah.
So that's why I'm aware of that fact, But the thing is there's so many, you can actually ask it to do things, and it's not just this one, there's some other ones as well where you can actually ask it to build you a website. So you go, right, so if you want to do a Shabba website, you go like, I want a website about Shabba D, and I want it to be really colourful, and I want it to talk about MC culture, and I want it, and you just tell it what it wants, and it just builds it up. And then when it shows you what it shows you so this Chat GPT shows you the programming and how to do that. So you just copy that and put it into your thing. It's mental. So I would ask it things, I just ask it random questions. I asked it the other day about, tell me about Harry Potter.
You just talk to your phone?
No, you type it into your computer. You just ask it a question.
What, like Siri or...
Sounds a bit like Siri.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, like
Siri artificial.
Well, the thing is, right, so there is something, I asked it a question the other day, and it got the information wrong. And what it does is it learns. So it's a constant learning.
Yeah.
So it let's say if I said, tell me about fantasy, DJ fantasy, and it said DJ fantasy, it actually was quite nice about me, to be fair, because I did actually ask it, tell me about DJ fantasy, and it was like jungle DJ producer and it, drum and bass, and it was quite not bad.
It goes onto the net to get information.
Well, this is what I thought, but apparently no. But I can only presume it does, but apparently it doesn't. Anyway, again, I might be wrong. So what's happened is, if it gives you some information that's incorrect, you can say, say if I said, what is, tell me about Shabba D, and it said, Shabba D's real name is John Johnson, and he is born in Middlesbrough.
Right.
And I could turn around and go, no.
So you can correct it like a wiki thing, like we do with Wikipedia.
But I tell it, so I typed in no, Shabba D is not, his name is, and I get...
What about if you get the trolls online and there's about 100 man saying
Putting
no,
in
he-
fake
his
information.
name's Robert from Glasgow. And
Yeah.
this man saying, boy, his name's John from over in Kent.
These are the questions, isn't it? Because that happens on Wikipedia, isn't it? People put in false
Yeah.
information
Must be
about
someone
artists.
checking that.
Yeah.
Someone behind it
Well,
that's working.
No, there's not. That's the thing.
No,
There isn't.
no,
it's
it's
not.
not.
It is a basic. Let's say it's a robot, isn't it?
So it
Yeah.
thinks for
That's why it's
itself.
artificial
Yeah.
intelligence.
Yeah.
And that's why
Yeah.
you get all these questions. And it's been in films for years, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
About
well,
about
yeah,
like
yeah.
even Bicentennial Man, where he's
Yeah.
basically a robot, but he learns so much about humans that
Yeah.
he actually thinks he is a human and essentially
Right,
becomes
yeah.
one.
Well,
Do
the
you know what
thing-
I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
I
thing
went
is-
to a bowling alley. Sorry, I went to a bowling alley, and we're sitting there, and I was with the missus, and we ordered some food, and the food come on by a robot, bruv. I was sitting there, I was like, what the hell? Like literally, this thing just went. It's a machine, bruv.
Did it have
and
a face?
What, in
and
London?
It brought the drinks. I swear on my life.
Did it have a face? Like,
Bruv, it
was
had
it
a
designed
face
as
on it. It was a little thing. It rolled on wheels, bruv. It was about this tall.
What man coming like
And it come
R2D2?
like this, and the drinks was on the thing, and he just picked the drinks up. It went, yeah, bam, and then it just scooted off. And I was like, right. And I think there was one of the artists, I think it was Fat Man, posted it. He's like, right, have you seen this? He must have been in the same place that I was at, but a different time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had this robot, and I was looking at it, I was like, rah.
This is mad.
That's when I spoke
Yeah.
to my missus, and she told me about, because she works with that, and she was like, yeah, like the world's being taken over by robots.
Yeah, but so when you say the world's been taken over by robots, do you think robots will be taking? Because obviously one of the key concerns here is will it put people out of jobs? So this
yeah,
particular
it
thing
is.
here, right? So this is right. This is.
Call centers, all the call centers are robots.
I tell you what.
Automated services,
yeah,
isn't it? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's why you can't get
And
nowhere
this is
for
what
ages.
I found out as well.
real.
Like, you see this, my missus works in cyber and all that. So what it is defensive mechanisms for the big companies like Santander, JD Sports, all these big companies, Barclays Bank, they have to protect their online data. And the way that it's been done now, quote me, I'm 95% sure this is right, that it's been done by robots, and they protect all the data because they're better than having a human. They save
yeah.
so much money,
Wow.
like all these things. So they pay for this, all this intelligence, and they pull it in their computer with robots.
Well, you
And I
know,
was like, what do you mean? And he was like, yeah, like it
That
protects
is-
their data online.
that is crazy.
And millions, bruv. Like,
Yeah.
not no joke money.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm talking millions.
what I did the other day, I was talking to Milton. Well, it was Milton. He went. We need to create like a job CV for someone.
Yeah.
So what it is, I said to him, yeah, I can do that. So he doesn't know this, right? So I typed in job description of what we need, and within about 4 or 5 seconds, whew, it done the whole.
Oh, you did it on the app?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I done the whole job.
Oh,
Then-
on that app.
So you
Yeah,
basically asked artificial
I
intelligence.
told it what I wanted, and
they-
it
and they
come up
pieced it
with the
together.
job title, salary. So you had to fill out the
Wow,
salary,
yeah, yeah,
and it
yeah.
done this is. And I said this person needs to know about Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. They need to have a social media background. They need to have skills in Photoshop and And it done everything. And I literally went and I sent it to Milton, and he went, "Oh, that's wicked. Can you just change this and that?" And I went, "Yeah." And I went back and changed it. I sent it to him, and I went, "Send it off."
So let me break that
I
down.
wrote it. I went to there.
Spoiler alert, mate.
How much time did that save you though?
Well, this is what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the time management side of
What
it.
did I say?
For a
Yeah.
mundane task like that,
Yeah.
I think it would be a useful tool.
Big time.
Do you know what I'm saying? But what about, say, creating art with it? What about
Well,
creating
you
songs with it? I know you
Right.
can.
Well-
I know you can.
Or the cars?
But how could a robot give me a better tune than Bob Marley?
Yeah, it's true. That is the
Well,
creative side of
Music is there's intangibles in music. You could the AI
But could it not
the
give you
AI could,
guidance?
bro. The AI could study everything about what makes a Michael Jackson song popular, the melodies, and why it was so impactful. Yeah, it can because that's what people say. Oh, you write in this key if you want to make a happy tune. You write in that. key.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what people say, innit? Because they study the science.
No
of
rough
music.
edges though, would there? It would be all like.
And how could they, like someone like that Jay-Z, the times he spent when he was first coming up in New York, how could they emulate that with AI? That's a man's individual story.
Yeah.
This to me, this is the intangible things that it can't do.
Yeah.
It will be able to make you probably a pop song.
Yeah.
But then, to me, the danger is, I get it with the mundane task, but the danger for me is everything just sounds the same.
Yeah.
Because
There's no-
this producer's now is going like, yeah, do me something that key, do that. It's paint by numbers, bro.
Yeah.
It's like back in the day when someone told me about a rhyming dictionary. I was like, that's cheating.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cheating.
What do you mean a rhyming dictionary?
Yeah, Shocking had them all the time. Like,
What do you mean,
they're just basically like, like you say a, say like you say at, and it would come up with all the words cat, bat, sat, fat.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean?
they used to sell them, innit? Like it'd be like literally a book called a rhyming dictionary.
Okay.
Every word that rhymes with fantasy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
whatever, or
Oh,
shabady, or shotter.
Yeah.
It will come up like shotter, hotter, this, you know what I mean? Everything that rhymes with it. And then you just, I had one back in the day. I used to look at them and I'd be like, right, I'll just write like 50 words down and then write in between the words. And it's good for words like that. But someone used to write their whole lyrics out of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
So,
Yeah, there was a whole thing back in the day. People would say, "Oh, he's a rhyming dictionary rapper." You can tell because he's loads of big words, but they don't make sense.
Yeah, it don't make sense.
What he's saying. So it's on your ear. It sounds like, "Right, man's got mad vocab," you know. But he's not. He's just piecing words together from the thing. But like, obviously you do study your craft. I mean, someone said that Nas used to walk around with a dictionary when he was a kid because he wanted to learn words. So he just keep reading words. You know what I mean? That's why he's got such an extensive vocabulary.
Yeah.
So tools, use them as tools and stuff.
Well, this is what I'm saying. It's
But-
like, I the other day I thought I said I turned around and I said give me 10 hashtags for a post about whatever. I can't remember what we posted up. It was actually about Mic Masters. I said, can you give me a thing Mic Masters, and it done. And there was about 7 of them. I was like, oh, that's wicked. I never thought of that. And do you know what I mean? So it is really helpful with that, because sometimes you're sitting there going, look,
it's always sharp. It don't fall asleep. Innit?
Well, yeah,
So with that minute your brain like slacks for a minute, it ain't gonna do that.
Because the thing is
You know what I
that I tend to find that I kind of do D&B, drum and bass, drum and bass, jungle, and it's like, okay, fucking, how many times can you type the same thing? So this is great to be able to express and give,
cars as well.
And then if you don't like what it gives you, you say, give me 10 more.
Right, okay.
Right, you know what I mean? But
And it's not going to be offended either.
yeah, no, it won't be offended.
I mean, I've just given you 5.
The thing
Lazy
is
bastard.
I've seen because I've watched loads of videos on it, and I've seen people saying that is it going to put people out of jobs? I think for people that are bloggers, you could like write me a 300-word blog about about podcasting, and and it would just go and write the thing out.
But keep up with that, man.
Isn't a blogger supposed to express their opinion? So why
Put
would
it
you
in
go
there,
and ask a robot what to put the opinion?
Well,
is?
because what you do is, I believe you would go write me a podcast about, and then be very, the more detailed you are, it will actually find ways. It honestly, it's so clever.
If say I'm a blogger, right, and I want to review a mix that's just come out.
Yeah, but no. The thing is, because the AI wouldn't have found that unless you said, right, he played tunes from Biggie and
But,
this.
but the AI wouldn't be able to listen to that and tell them my opinion. My opinion can only come from here and here.
No, but you will say,
just
like,
write
I really
it.
loved it. No, but what it is you write sort of 10, 15, 20 words that sum it up, and then you put, I want a 300 word on that, press enter, and it will write it 300
Yeah, but
words.
that's not how I'd write. Might not be how I'd say it.
Yeah, but the thing is
might get
while
ideas
it's
from it.
writing
How is it going to come with slang?
Yeah.
How is it going to know what the hot things are on the road before they even go on the internet?
say, I like to say mandem.
And that's what. And trust me, bro. That's what these culture. That's what these culture vultures. That's the sort of things they do.
That's true.
it's
I didn't really
I
think
mean,
about that. This is good that you're questioning it.
I
because-
know, let me just quickly hit on
hit the cars. Let me just
because
hit the cars.
I watched a thing. It was just, I think it was on Netflix or something like that. It was
Did you say
a little while
cars?
ago. Yeah, cars.
Right.
So picture electric cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you got Uber. Uber was a step up from your local taxi firm from the 90s where you say, where's the cabman? And he ain't turning up.
Yeah.
Now Uber, you just go boom and a car.
Yeah.
Now picture this. A Uber coming to your house, but there's no driver in it.
Oh,
Right.
That's coming.
That's coming, bro.
Yeah.
Like, well, we might not see it in our time.
No, we will, because I
think
can't
we
wait
will.
till I get that car and I go, warehouse project, man.
Well,
and I just sit
this
back
is what
and
I'm
just
saying, it's
relax,
happening
and the
now.
car
Would you
takes
trust
me
it?
there.
Program, and
Yeah, why not, man?
the cars are working, but the only thing
Would you not trust it?
I would not trust a car to like get me from here to Manchester.
Yeah,
this is
man,
the
I'd just
thing.
be watching
It's
Netflix in the
like-
back.
You'd probably
the people
crash.
on the side
No,
of the
man,
road.
it'll stay in lane.
It's the people on the side of the road
Listen.
that's stopping this thing from working, because the
What do you
cars are
mean?
already working. They can program them to drive, stop, traffic lights, everything. But it's the side people on the road that's what's holding them back.
What do you mean, people on the road? Just normal like us?
Pedestrians.
drivers? Oh, pedestrians,
walking,
sorry.
because they can't picture like if a man flies out in the road.
Right.
Yeah, they're not gonna-
yeah.
But they've
didn't
got-
they have an accident? There was a
they done a
test
test.
car.
They done a test,
and
and
it
it's-
knocked someone over.
Yeah, I think that's what's holding them back. This is what I got the message.
Yeah.
The
That
safety element of it.
Yeah.
maybe 10 years time, but like maybe 20. I
mad.
don't know. But
That's what we're going to have to work on for that to be like foolproof.
drones.
Yeah.
Drones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that, bruv. Like, look at that. What technology that does.
Yeah.
Like for the people, even the wars and that. Them
Yeah.
drones win wars.
Yeah.
That's technology that's a robot, bruv.
Yeah.
That's something flying over. Oh, it's controlled by a man, but there's probably ones now that can.
Well,
control
look,
by robots.
well, I don't know if planes are AI, but the planes they fly themselves.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Now they've been doing it for a while. Do you know what I mean?
So there's that, yeah.
But you know, even with this AI, I've been looking into basically digital art, and I watched this video last night, and this guy was like, "Oh, there's this new thing. I can't remember the name of it. I did try to remember so I could mention it, so you can go and check it out." But this guy went onto this website, AI art design, and he basically said, "I want a lion's head," and then what it is gave him 4 options, and then he goes, "Right, I want it to have a scowly face, growly face," and I was just watching this, and this guy's going, because he was a bit sort of like, "Oh, this is going to be rubbish," and he's like, "Oh my god!" And it was actually there was like 3 really rubbish ones and 1 good one, and then you go, and he was like, "Right, I want it to have like this big sort of like Indian, like the Indian war chief, like mane kind of thing," and it done it, and I was just like,
it's incredible what it can do. I'm not gonna say that,
mate.
Like the whole thing is like it's incredible. But one thing I'll note, because I've seen a lot of people putting up those pictures that using that app, and they all look the same.
Yeah.
So it's like there's no uniqueness to the art. It goes back to the music. Art is another thing that should come from the mind and the soul and the spirit and all that kind of stuff.
It would have been done before.
It might look nice, but then everyone's got the ones I've seen. They all look the same, and they do look good. I'm not saying it don't look good, and it's amazing that you can do it. It's amazing you can ask this thing of questions. I'm not saying the technology is amazing, but sometimes the people in the tech industry they push forward with it even if we don't want it or even need it.
Yeah, it's mad. I mean, like one thing I know would be,
Den, come with a new invention.
Well, this is it, Shabs. What I was saying to someone the other day, like
the mini robot, in your pocket. Come on,
but this is what I was saying. The people that will really
of the company,
the people that will really make money off these kind of things are the people like the one you're talking about, who make the app that everyone uses. Because whether it's free or not, they can get so much advertising at the back of it. They can do big sponsorship deals, all that kind of thing. So they're going to be the winners. We as the consumer, we just get the benefit of using the app, but they're the ones that are going to be valued at stupid money.
Yeah.
Like that Uber, like how did Uber? That was sitting in front of all of us.
Yeah,
like for years, like I said.
It's like even
cleared up with that.
Even the things like Just Eat and Uber Eats and what the other ones.
The Uber, but I mean like the taxi. That was such an idea where anyone could have thought of. Yeah. Let's get an app. And we can see where the car is and where it's coming. Do you know what I mean? And it's all it's a genius.
And you know what I love
idea.
I love about Uber,
American but genius.
Wherever you can go in the world, like when I've been abroad and I want to Uber, bam, it's all linked to my account. It works anywhere in the world.
It's wicked, man.
It was such a good invention, man. And that's why you got to just say take your hats off to them because it was there and no one never done it and the Americans jumped on it and killed it.
Yeah.
I know you got the Bolt and you got all these other things and whatever now, but Uber, I mean, come on, that was probably the business that I don't know the figures, but that's probably up there with one of the most powerfulest businesses right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I mean, they're the ones that go in it. The ones, because that's what you said to me when I said, and I was sort of like talking to you about with this app, and you guys, it's time management, bruv.
Yeah,
I can do things so much quicker, and that's the things that always blow. Something that adds something and enhances a human's life, man. Do you know what I mean? Like,
totally.
you knew it's not. You'd be like ordering cabs and taxis and hard work, man. With the Uber, it's so easy.
Man. Frustrating.
They've just made it so much easier to get from A to B, man.
Well, I mean, I absolutely love it because it is a case of just the time management. Like as I say, when he asked about, I would have, back in the day, I would have spent an hour and a half doing that. Now it's just like, boom, cool. And I sent it to him, done a couple of changes, and it got sent off. And,
that's what I mean.
And brother, that's what I say.
5 years' time, like probably what that technology is going to be like. You're probably just better just talk it out, and it's writing on your computer, printing, doing all shit like that already. Yeah, I can see it coming, man. It's moving fast, like
super fast.
My missus told me, like, I'm not really with it like that. She's like, listen, you don't understand. Like, it is moving so fast every day. The world don't sleep. Like they're thinking of things to move. Like
totally.
Computers and that.
But it's like everything's. This is it's funny you say that because everything's moving so fast, even to the point where like something like from the music world, something blows up and it's almost like boom. The next day or about 2 weeks later, they're on to something else. So nothing's getting really a chance to sort of like
to breathe and
stay and be that be that thing for a while.
Well, it's like last year everyone was talking about NFTs.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
it's there, but it's not. In the
bubble burst.
and then you get Metaverse.
Yeah.
And people were like, Snoop created his own Metaverse where you could live next door to Snoop in the Metaverse.
Yeah.
So people with dough are paying ridiculous money to live next door to Snoop when they go into virtual reality. Do you know what I mean?
No, I'm two.
It's basically an
I'm
avatar.
two doors.
Yeah.
I'm two doors down.
You two doors down.
He's a horrible neighbour.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's so noisy.
Well, you don't get the weed off him.
that shit.
I don't need to. I don't need to. The smell
second-hand
comes through.
smell.
Yeah.
But that, to
I'm like
me,
this.
That's it's scary, but it's a reality. Like that's where it's
Yeah.
going. And like I've watched things like that when they put on them things and they're in like
Yeah.
different, that's crazy.
That's the Metaverse, man.
That is crazy. Like that.
Didn't you do a video like a?
I did a thing more about virtual reality,
Oh, right,
yeah,
okay,
and
virtual,
questioning the pros and cons about it, man. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, it's there's definitely sort of social maybe consequences if people can't deal with the real world. They want to put themselves in a world that they can create it how they want it to be.
Yeah.
We all know the world's in a mad place.
Yeah.
So for those, you can get trapped in that world, bro.
Yeah.
And look how they got everyone in all the time now. You got your Netflix, you can get your food in, Deliveroo.
Everything.
You got your Metaverse.
Yeah.
You don't need to go and see an artist. You can create your art on your AI.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You don't need to talk to a man. You can ask that instead of phoning up your mate for some advice.
Yeah.
I remember
it's
you
almost
told,
like
you
a
told
thing.
me about Tate, innit? You told me. Remember
Andrew
you mentioned,
Tate.
Yeah, bruv. I've been on.
Last time I mentioned him, I got in trouble.
No.
We're not going to mention him.
No, but I'm saying, bruv, I swear down, like, he talks some things he says, bruv, like, I'm like, wow. Like, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, but he don't talk about artificial intelligence.
He
though,
does,
he?
bruv. He talks about all shit.
He's quite
Talks
vast.
about the way of the
stuff he talks
world,
about.
the way of the world is moving. Like, wake up, man. Like, you can do this. And all right, he's a lot of don't.
He's got a lot of motivational talk as well, innit, man?
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to steer clear of him because some guy went mad at me, man. Shout out to the guy that went mad at me, man.
Thanks for watching.
I remember Scott said to me, like, that guy, and I didn't know, and it's only I'm watching things. I'm like, right, this geezer. Like, don't get me wrong, there's loads of shit he says that I'm like, but some of the shit he says, I'm like,
No, you know what?
Wait there.
It's funny. I said in one of our group chats the other day is there was something that was bugging me, and like just before the new year, there was something that's bugging me, and like this is why that people go, oh, your phone's listening to you or whatever, but I never actually physically said it out loud. It was in my head, and then I got in at like from a gig at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm sitting there and I'm just having a toast and all that, and I was flicking through, and I see him come up on a video, and I thought, I was just like, watch it.
Yeah.
And he said something and it changed my whole, like that thing that was annoying me went like that. And I contacted you the next day. I contacted our group and I was like, I see this video last night and it's so mad, like how he said something. What he said was positive. It was a positive thing.
That's a lot of stuff.
That thing he said made me sort of go, why am I bothered about that? You know what I mean? And so I was like,
but that's why I mentioned him, because he mentions the Matrix, and that's what like what we're all in, like Shot said. Get your virtual thing, you know what I mean? And it's like, like what, there is that element to it. Like everyone's on their phones, and there is that lock-in thing, and it's an addiction, like the internet, the whole thing. So that might be another subject.
Yeah, we'll have to touch on that one a little bit deeper, man, because
that'd be a controversial one. But I will say this, I think the robot thing, like you mentioned, I think that would be right handy to have at like the airports, like Heathrow for the baggage.
Man, everything.
Do you know what I mean? Just like, because do you know what? I don't even want to put my bag underneath.
Go and get me something up the road, bruv. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna phone a man and.
Bruv, I know you're going to have one of them robots that go, go down and see my man and get me. You'll be like sending him down to your man to get a couple of magnums.
Listen, man, I'll tell him fly down, you know what I mean? Take the risk. Come back.
Take the robot to damn,
I'm telling you.
I love that.
Oh, my God.
Jokes.
You'd be chilling in your yard like remember Rocky 4? That was Polly was doing it. He had a robot, and Rocky got him a robot, and he was just sending the robot everywhere.
Was he?
Oh man, you got to watch it. Rocky 4 from my old school heads, isn't it?
Wow. That was back then. Do you know what I mean?
It's mad, isn't it, how like certain things that were talked about like sort of 15, 20 years ago.
Bruv, it's coming now.
What was that? Was it the Born Identity? The one where they had
Will Smith.
If you had no. What was the one where if you thought about doing a crime, they'd arrest you?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that film. And
you're not seeing it? It's a mad.
It's all in the mind.
So basically,
you can't have no bad thoughts.
You have any bad thoughts, they'll come and nick you.
See, things like that. Like movies, that's where they show you things. You know what I mean? And like these probably things from like even that Will Smith movie. And there's enough things. It ain't gonna be like that life, but there's things in there that. make sense.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
Like, what's
predictions in
going
films
on.
that happen in the future.
Yeah, it's mad.
Even The Simpsons. There's
Yeah,
loads
I
of,
knew you were going to say that.
There's loads of things
Yeah,
that's been in The
bruv.
Simpsons. They did a parody of Trump becoming president. Do you know what I mean? And that's not just that. Loads of things, man, that have actually happened.
I know.
That were considered, that would be crazy, but it happened, man. So, yeah.
Crazy.
Did you see that episode with SaSaS taking over the world?
Yeah. Well,
That's my
come
favourite.
on!
That's my favourite one, man.
That's a great place to end. Well, this is SaSaS in the house. This is Life and Laughter. Listen, thank you so much for joining us. Remember to like, share, subscribe, do all of those things. Leave a comment. We love your comments. Like, we love interacting with you lot. Leave your comments below for us. And we're signing out. We'll see you soon.
Peace.
SaSaSaS, beats and bars, fresh. Don't know it heavy. The best of the best of the best. So awesome if they're ready. Yes. SaSaSaS, beats and bars, fresh. Don't know it heavy. The best of the best of the best. So awesome if they're ready. Yes.